Okay, everyone, as promised, this is part 2 on special right triangles. And let's get started. So I'm going to do the same thing. Here's some example problems we're going to do one by one. But before we do that, here is basically what you need to know about a 45, 45, 90. First of all, because both these angles are the same, one thing you ought to recognize with triangles is these two sides here are going to also be the same. So if this is some value x, I know this also is some value x. And then the hypotenuse is always going to be square root of 2 times whatever value x is. Long story short, the ratio between the sides is always going to be square root of 2. And you'll notice that if I have to go backwards from the hypotenuse to the shorter sides, I'm going to divide by square root of 2. So let's start with the first one here. Here it is. So pause the video and give it a shot. Okay, so what should you have noticed? Notice here's my 45. This here would also be 45. And this side must be the same. It's isosceles. Okay, so therefore that has to also be 14. The two legs, as we call them, will always be the same in a 45, 45, 90. What about the hypotenuse y right here? It's just simply the 14 times the square root of 2. All right, pause the video if you need to. Okay, so give this problem a shot, guys. Pause the video, see what you can do on this one. Okay, so notice where we have a square here. Here's my 90, right? And I hope you agree that that right there and that right there is actually each 45 degrees. In other words, this 90, when I draw the diagonal, is going to split in half, and half of 90 is 45. So now that we know we have a 45, 45, 90 again, if that's 18, isn't this side here got to be 18? They got to be the same. What about the hypotenuse x? Isn't it just simply 18 times the square root of 2? Hopefully you got 18 square root of 2 there. All right, pause the video if you need to. Okay, give this number 1 problem a shot. Pause the video. So hopefully again, by now you're going, oh, this is easy. If that's 8, then this has got to be 8, right? And then the x is going to simply be 8 times the square root of 2. The hypotenuse, guys, is always square root of 2 times bigger than the legs. Pause the video if you need to. Okay, now this one's going to be tough. So what we're going to do, guys, is we're going to do this one together. And then I'm going to give you a chance to do that one. And we're done with the video once again. So let's do problem number 4 here together. Okay. Notice what makes this one a little bit tougher is 18 is my hypotenuse, right? This is a side that's square root of 2 times the x sides. You see? If you notice, I basically have a little equation here I can solve. In other words, if I set this equal, how do I solve for x? Would I not divide both sides by square root of 2, like so, right? And so that's what we're going to do. We know that this x and this x obviously are the same in a 45, 45. And so therefore, we're going to take 18 divided by square root of 2. This is our answer, except we don't like it, right? It needs to be rationalized, so we're going to do square root 2 over square root 2. Remember, we never like to divide by a square root, guys. So we end up with 18 square root of 2. And this, of course, is a regular 2. Notice I can simplify the 18 and the 2 to 9. So we just found our answers. X is going to be 9 square root of 2. And this x being the same is also 9 square root of 2. Pause the video if you need to. All right, give this one a shot, guys. So hopefully you agree that they gave us 10 as the hypotenuse. If I'm going back towards the legs, I'm actually going to divide by square root of 2. So the answer is 10 divided by square root of 2. Oh no, we have to rationalize again, right? We never want to divide by a square root, so we're going to times, in this case, by square root of 2 over square root of 2. This is 10 square roots of 2 over a regular 2. Now, it doesn't always simplify, but notice, isn't 10 divided by 2 a 5? So we now know our answers. X here is 5 square root of 2. This side's going to be the same. It's also 5 square root of 2. And I know both sides of the square, basically. Okay, guys, so hopefully you paused and took notes there if you needed to. The bottom line, guys, this is where we started with, right? Remember, in a 45, 45, 90, the two legs, as we like to call them, are going to be the same. And then the hypotenuse is going to be square root of 2 times larger every time. Okay, and that's the 45, 45, 90. And if you have any questions about what I did in this video, please ask in class. But anyways, I'll see you in class tomorrow or whenever.